Okay, so in the block today, we mainly did a very fast crash course of biological basis of behavior. So whenever you see that term when you're looking at review packets per se, it's like, I don't know, what, 2 pages in? 2 pages in, it says biology and behavior. Basically, that is everything from neurons to the brain to hormones to the nervous system, all the way to space of the brain and the nervous system.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Just class.
Y'all are a little ADD.
Are you kidding me? I get great grades. Yeah, so I don't care.
Okay, so since I don't want to lecture too much on the brain, since mainly the block today was that, and the recording did work, and it's already on Google Classroom, I don't want to lecture, so I have some games type of things prepared. Unless anyone has a particular question, I was looking at my notes, or you said something earlier and I didn't understand, or think about the FRQ today that we did in class. Is there anyone that before I get into something less structured? Okay, so the nervous system, so big title, nervous system is split into the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system is your brain and spinal cord. All the nerves coming off of your brain and spinal cord are the peripheral nervous system. But then that's split into, I can move my arm voluntarily. That's somatic. And there's also other parts of my body that move involuntarily, like my heartbeat. And so autonomic is the automatic stuff, the involuntary stuff, like heartbeat, while somatic is moving my arms and voluntary movements. Okay, of course, keep in mind that the autonomic nervous system is once again split in two because my heart can beat fast or slow. Depending on sympathetic, bear is chasing me, my heart's going to beat fast. Parasympathetic, calm, unrelaxed. And then Cherry, who is not here right now, but she was in during block, and she goes, well, we balance the other two out. You get nervous, and then eventually you calm down, your heart beats again, because you're trying to reach homeostasis. You're trying to reach that middle. Which motivation theory is all about homeostasis? What? No, that's a perspective. That's not a.
Wait.
Yeah.
No.
Drive.
Drive reduction.
Drive reduction.
Why is it called
Okay.
reduction?
You know that on the 8th test, I'm not going to do that. Liming.
Word.
Right?
Drive.
Oh man, what I would give to just be in the room. That would be amazing. Okay, so since I recorded the block today, I recorded all these slides. Watch me skip that.
I like to the heads up here, but I really got
Yeah. Okay, so that
it was helpful.
it wasn't helpful as in, okay, the first word rhymes with
No.
No, it was helpful. I and remember stuff.
Okay.
That I forgot.
Okay.
But it was more I didn't know the word, but I knew the concept, and I could get it. And it was helpful.
Our group really
Yes.
tried to.
And then, well, Patricio got it. Well, there was
Okay, you know what? I'm recording this. Okay, so I am going. Oh, what do I have? I am going to. I have a ball.
Is it the volume playing the questions?
No. No, it's just the ball.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm going to throw the ball to you, and I'm going to ask you what something is, and you're going to tell me what it is.
Yay!
And you may, but just know that I'll be judging you if you have to. And then you get to toss the ball to someone else, and then I'll ask that question.
I'm really sad if you drop the ball and get it. I feel like I'm going to do that. It's just about things.
Neurons. Okay, Jay, you're up front. Here we go. Okay, can you tell me what it means to lesion something? To damage, the destroy, think of like a knife going into your brain, that releases something. Jake, throw something. Okay, so Alright, Megan, don't get it wrong.
He looks right at me too. He's like,
Okay, Brian is lost. Okay, Megan, can you tell me the space where neurotransmitters will be flowing?
Just listen.
The space where neurotransmitters flow.
where they flow, Simon?
Close enough, I'll take it. That's the wrong, I mean, I said biology or something. So I will take synapse. Oh, synapse. Synapse. I got it. You got it. Okay, pass the ball. Doesn't matter. Another fifth grade. No, that was the wrong. I am going to do a sleep study, and they're going to hook up my brain to like a machine that records the waves, the brain waves, and you might see something that looks like this, like. Okay, so what is that?
You just want to make fun of the web council, or?
No, you can use its abbreviation. And EEG is correct.
Abbreviation.
Yes, I don't even. Yes. All right, Brian, throw the ball. All right, Hudson. Can you tell me which part of the limbic system deals with like forming new memories?
Oh.
The hippocampus is correct. Okay, throw it. That was you, Julie. I could say brain and spinal cord, or I could just call it this.
I know it.
More specifically. Oh, no. What is it, Megan?
You're not standing yet.
It's central nervous
It is. Oh, you said peripheral.
Yeah, but then she has central.
Oh, I didn't know you get more than one right in. Like, okay. Yeah, just fill in the first like the two that you like. Okay, so what's your question then?
So you keep going, if you got it wrong.
Yep.
What did you
Julie. This might be cut if you have epilepsy. Epilepsy is a type of seizure caused by flashing bright lights. I would like the seizure to be localized to maybe one side of the brain. And so, well, there are two, but there's something that connects two hemispheres. There's two words. The first word is like the beginning of a city that you might travel to in Texas for the beach. Colosa is correct. Oh, Christy. Okay, Julie, throw. Steven.
Yes.
Steven, can you tell me which body system in our body that regulates hormones?
The endocrine system.
The endocrine system is correct. The endocrine system. Throw the ball. To someone who hasn't had it before. Gary, have you had it before? Okay. This is also called efferent neurons. Motor neurons are correct. So motor neurons and efferent neurons are the same. Those are synonyms. So if you see, remember, motor neurons are all the, like, any time that your nerve connects on a muscle. And it takes effort to move your body. So efferent neurons, motor function, motor neurons. We have Michelle. Michelle. This is part of a neuron. that has an electrical charge called action potential goes down the length of the axon. That is correct.
Nice.
Give her the ball.
Who has more?
Jenny has not had the ball. Okay.
She's
Joe Jenny.
Jenny. Go Miss Taylor.
Make it cool.
Hippocampus, hypothalamus, and the amygdala make up the what? The limbic system is correct. Good job, Michelle. Okay, the limbic system. She did, and she leaned back and she whispered. Oh, you didn't hear, okay.
I had it with my nose right here.
Okay, throw the
Oh,
ball.
keep going. You have those exact notes out.
You all do. You should. That's literally how you have to review. Like,
No, we don't take notes.
okay. Terry, I'm going to challenge you because I know that you're really good with like all the biological parts because of all of your whatever that you do. Okay. Think of this as like it's like the water boy of the neuron. There's these little things off to the side of it that provide support and nourishment for the neuron. It provides nourishment and support for neurons. I can't, it's two words, I can't say the second word because it would kind of give it away.
You love in class, you
It's
always
not
like.
fatty tissue that surrounds the axon, but think of it as like,
Oh, I
it's a cell that is off to, what? Yeah, I think it's glial, but is it glial?
I know.
I think it's glial, but glial
Stop
cells.
your voice.
What did you say?
She said,
It wasn't gone. It wasn't gone. Period.
That's true. This is hard.
What was it from?
That was a little hurt. I'm not gonna lie. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Okay. So, Charity, do you mind throwing the ball to someone else? I know that Andrea has not had the ball, or can. Oh, who else? Okay, Andrea.
I'm not so nervous when you ask questions like that.
You're right. No nerves on the APS at all. It's a very calm and relaxed. Okay. So I want to ask you what? No, not me. You know that after you like flush a toilet, like the bowl has to fill back up again before you can flush it again.
Oh, I know.
Are you like when you flush a toilet, the bowl has to fill back up before you can flush it?
Walk by and think about you telling these children about
Well,
flushing.
neurons are a lot like toilets, this lawyer.
Because they're lame.
Okay. Okay. Neurons, after they have action potential and they fire neurotransmitters, they have to like go back to its resting state before it can fire again. And there's a time period where it can't be fired again. So there is a period of time where you can't have action potential again after an action potential. You have to wait for like the bowl to fill up. Refractory period? Yes, it is a refractory. 5 words long. Refractory. Okay, I'm ready to throw the ball to someone. Sorry. Okay, interesting. We're getting down to the more difficult ones. Of course, when like everyone's gone, that means y'all have to go again. Okay.
Mine was hard.
This is split into 2 parts. It's split into lateral and it's split into ventromedial. It has a lot to do with the 4 F's. Yes, it is. Hypothalamus is correct. This, like freshmen might call it a cell body, but we call it a stoma is correct. Okay, freshman. Yeah, freshman. Who, Cambrell, have you gone? No, you haven't. Cambrell.
Oh.
All right, here we go. So dopamine, serotonin, acetylcholine, norepinephrine, all of these are dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine, acetylcholine, GABA. All of these are what?
Yeah, we GABA.
Got a word bank right here. Got a word bank right here.
Scroll down. Very far away.
She is far away.
Wait, have you not seen that? You're right there. No, I mean when I usually sit in the back. Oh. I was like, you're.
Oh, yeah.
Dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine, all of these are released by the terminal branches and picked up by the dendrites. So what are they? They're like little long, skinny, like a little ball of color. They are neurotransmitters. We got them. Okay. What would you have said?
Oh, I was thinking more.
No. Okay, if I said like adrenaline and testosterone, then those are hormones. Those are hormones. Oh, okay.
Yes, scratch that.
No. I was just scared of that. Can we throw the ball to
Yes.
Amanda, who has not gone? I'm so sorry that I called you dead. Han, who has not gone. Hey, Bethany.
I just want to say bye.
Bye. Okay. I'm looking for a word. I don't see it up there. The word I'm about to say, I don't see up there, but I think you can do it anyway. So, neurotransmitters that are not absorbed by the receiving neuron, they typically go back to the sending neuron in a process called reuptake.
Good.
Okay, let me just get rid of some things that I'll never ask you about, okay? I'm not going to ask you about spheres or... And we talked about this already. Okay, got it. Frontal, occipital, parietal, and temporal are all parts of what? No, not obviously.
Brain. Oh, wait.
The answer's not the brain.
The answer is not brain.
They're all-
What about your options?
Temporal, occipital, parietal, and frontal are all the four lobes that make up the what? The cerebral cortex is correct.
Is that another name for the brain?
No, because the limbic system and the brain stem are parts of the brain, but they're not the cerebral cortex. The cerebral cortex is just the replay part.
That's the part that you
Or
see.
the cerebral. That's true.
Yeah.
All right, I think everyone.
Yeah, go away.
Okay, I win. So we're doing it again. So now you can throw it to anyone. What are we gonna do the same pattern? Okay. You know what? I don't necessarily. Oh, I got a couple more that I would do want to do, and then I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. Okay. Today. I lost the ability to speak because I hit my head. Where exactly am I if I hit my head? If I lost my ability to speak? Broca's area is correct. Throw it. Both Cordyceps and Broca's area are in the frontal. No, not the on the left. They're on the left. Okay. And I'm gonna say that one more time because I was watching my playback of B block, and before I said, oh, one's on the left, one's on the right one time.
Oh, I got
And then, I did not even know that I said that. And so I was like, so it's on the right? I was like, no, it's on the left. And then I got upset. I was like, how did I not know it's on the left? Because I said it incorrectly once, thinking that I was saying left or both, but I said left and left.
One not on each side.
No, they're both on the left. Left for language, but one's in the frontal lobe area. The other one is in the temporal lobe, still on the left.
But that makes
Temporal
sense
further back.
because like you're understanding what
Yes, it's right by your ears, and that's understanding language, and yes, that's pretty curious. Okay, where's the ball? Again? Yep. Same order.
Please count.
Sensory neurons are also called what? Oh my gosh, I'm literally right here.
There's sensory neurons.
There is sensory
So
neurons.
it's not bad.
I can see
No, yeah, I got it. Wait.
Sensory neurons
What's your
are also called something else.
Come on, I didn't got this.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh, look at the,
Isn't it?
top.
Oh,
Left.
oh shit.
No,
Isn't it like a hardly? Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have my paper. Yeah, that's okay. I still have my paper, but I'm trying to.
Yeah, they're all like efferent. Nope, that's motor neurons.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let's go. Wait.
No, he's one of like the. I won't go flying. I'll break you.
Okay.
Here, we'll go to chat. I'm sorry. Are you okay with talking again?
Oh, that's fun. Okay. Cherry. This is our master gland. Master gland. It releases the growth hormone. No, the endocrine is the entire system.
It's not.
That's like saying,
No.
I don't even know what that's like. That's like saying this part of the heart, and you're like circulatory system. Like, no, that's the title. Endocrine system has lots of different glands. There's ovaries, there's testes, there's the adrenal gland, but there's the master gland that kind of regulates them all. But it also has its own function, which is regulating growth, and it's called. So it's in all of our heads. Literally, that's the location of it. It is so. It's in all our heads. Okay. Okay, I don't know it. It doesn't know itself. Okay, Cherry, throw the ball. Switching it up. Okay, whoa, calm down. Let's just start off easy. Okay, it's like you do. Okay.
No, this is worse. No.
Okay, I'm going to point to a part of the brain. You are going to tell me, not the neuron. Which are parts of the brain? Look closer. Look closer, you'll eventually see a neuron.
No, because they're so small.
Here, you can see the neuron.
I mean,
Abby,
brain.
I'm going to point to part of the brain. You're going to tell me what it's called
Let's do some Rorschach
and its function.
Oh.
What is it called and its function?
And
And its function, okay? This one.
Roots, gather water.
I'm sorry, I'm touching this. I'm not touching the space right here. I'm touching this actual thing.
It's going away from you.
Okay. This thing right here. What is that called? Yeah, the little, here, let me like, yeah.
Oh, those are really pretty.
There we go.
Oh, no. Tentacle.
quiet.
It's a tentacle.
Yeah.
He was like, he said.
It would take us.
Abby, anytime.
I just assumed you shot at something else.
That did sound better.
It is an axon terminal as soon as it like finally catches up. Nope.
It's just like one
Okay,
day.
on.
Because I was like,
Whoa!
Okay, that was an axon terminal, also called terminal buttons, also called terminal branches. I'm associated just terminal. Okay, so terminal, think of like an airport terminal in a sense. It's like little airplanes. Those little airplanes being neurotransmitters.
So everyone says
they named the brain off.
and I touched it. So I'm sorry.
We We got
Having
time
gotten
for
it
these
after
things
you-
before, like, we were covered by then.
Yeah, now this weekend.
It's kind of hard to see this brain part or this neuron part. But it's around the axon. So
I know
what
it.
is it and what is its function?
Myelin sheath
Yes?
protects axon.
Yes. It also speeds up transmission. And if it's damaged, what do you get? Multiple sclerosis. So you either myelin sheath MS. If you lose it, you get MS.
How serious is MS? Like,
Yeah, pretty bad.
there's a whole migraine for like,
How do they spaced off?
Yeah.
How does that even happen?
Genetics? I think, yeah.
you can't like go in.
It's already. Right. Gonna go through each one of your arms.
But there's research
Okay, got it. What's that? What does a dendrite do? It receives neurotransmitters. Throw it. This axon, which I just said the name. This axon, how is it charged when it's in resting potential? It's either positively or negatively. Negatively charged.
I choose the wrong one every time.
Well, okay, go with your gut and then be like, whoop, and then reverse it. Okay. Yeah, you can do your test first and then go back and erase everything in the chart. Like negative versus positively charged. Like a magnet. It's negatively charged on the inside the axon when it's a neuron at rest, it's resting potential, and then it's all like after the threshold is reached, is like, hey, and then it's like you hear something. And so around the myelin sheath, around the axon, it's positively charged, and then how it creates an electrical current that flows down the axon as the myelin sheath opens up, that allows these positive ions to rush in, the negative ones are like, get out of here. So they open up new doors to throw them out, but that causes more. Anyway, and they rush in and out, in and out, in and out. And so they finally release these neurotransmitters in the, where's the ball? Oh, there it is, throw it. It releases neurotransmitters into the, no,
I don't know what you're asking.
it is a space because this neuron is not necessarily touching another neuron, but there is another neuron over here.
Hello.
And what they jump across. It is,
I'm gonna give you
it is the synapse. You can also say synapse, synaptic cleft, and also say synaptic gap. Synaptic cleft. Yeah, cleft just means like a space. Okay. Okay, I'm ready to throw the ball. Okay, roll. I'm going to point to a lobe, and you're going to tell me one of its functions. It's that one. First off, tell me what the lobe this is, and then tell me its function. I'll take it. It's occipital, but it is optic as in like the thing it does. So what does it do? It's in the back of the head. That's right. It does that very well. You found the back. No. Okay, you can't tell what the front is looking at this.
Well, now I do, but at
It's not
first.
like irony that your eyes are front.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what you like. Okay, it's sight. But if you like fall into your head. No, it's really not.
It's not like it's like if you fall.
If our eyes were this way, we have cerebellums as eyes. No,
Where you should be looking at.
the cerebellums are over here.
No, but the cerebellum looks like it could be behind it.
It is in the back of this.
No, but look at
I just feel like
He's saying that.
Yeah, I see what
when
you
you
Like how
fall, you'll like hit your head.
Imagine
But then the whole thing is around the
that's how the
lobe,
brain looks.
Yeah, imagine people look at
That's how it is.
Like you have the cerebellum, like on the
I
side.
know what you're talking
I'm
about.
sorry. That was so stupid. I can't.
No, it's not.
Like you were saying.
It's just talking about perception.
You might see stars. You might see stars. You might like you can see. Yes, you want, and that might be like a they'll see like flashes of little light, not actual light. Like
No, it's like little sparkles. Like when I get that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, where's the ball? Throw it.
Well, I already had it. I'll throw it this way. Well, is that me or?
Yeah, you got it. Okay. Green.
Is it the roll?
Yes, and what does it do? It helps here. Throw it.
Are you already done?
Oh, hey, while we're in the temporal lobe, there's also a part of the brain that you don't need to know the name for, but it is, what?
Is it the part when you learning?
Not, oh, sorry. Yes, Wernicke's. We already mentioned that though, so I was thinking something else. It's an association area in the temporal lobe that recognizes faces. And I didn't say the name of the part, but I did say what face blindness was called. Does anyone remember the name for face blindness?
I can't. It's like so.
That's exactly how it's said. Prosopagnosia. Proso and then pagnosia.
You should remember that off the top of your head.
Wow.
It literally is. Okay. I think we are good when it comes to the brain. Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's talk about development.
Overheated and the things of those things.
That says that every few minutes. I basically ignore, unless it's on fire.
I'm wearing the
It's
like I know my way.
The projector is overheated as soon as you said it. Let's play it.
Yeah, but no, for that.
We're not playing.
I did not.
People brought it up.
See my.
No one just looked at it and was like, that's pretty overheated.
Okay,
Unfortunate.
I thought I was seeing like.
Oh my gosh, we did not close the word.
No, like that was literally
That was the worst thing
It was
ever.
Hey, Ryan.
So, like,
Hey, it helps
it
a
was like,
little.
where it was like all the money and stuff.
I
I
think
didn't know anything about it. I was just like, oh, this is the first word and this one's a bigger
it was just more that test was really hard.
No, I should have vision.
Well, I don't study and I get better grades than what I
And that's the lowest average you ever
And
had.
that would mean I did.
No.
When was it
You don't
due?
study.
Okay, we're talking about development now. So find development in your packet. Does anyone know where it is?
Well, somewhere where it's development.
I just put some.
It is.
It's after motivation and emotion.
Oh, where's
Okay,
that?
which we've already covered. So it should be easy to find. There it is. It's at the very bottom of one of the pages. Developmental psychology. Here, are there?
Yes. Fine.
Okay. All right. So big people to know. So find these people in the packet. Big people to know. Eric Erickson, which he's a neo-Freudian. He was one of Freud's students. And Jenny, you're going to break my thing. It's not going to work.
I saw working?
No, that's too thick for it to go.
Oh.
Use that one.
No, I'm making it up. This is a funny joke.
Oh, there it is.
If you use the one in the
I work
workbook,
like
it
a
works, because I don't take electric.
It didn't work.
Okay, children. Eric Erickson. It says psychosocial theory, but we know him as the guy that came up with how many stages? 8. Does anyone know them off the top of their head?
I know.
I just
I got it.
Okay, it was the line that went across for like 2 weeks, okay? We had like from birth till death over here. We had, and you can find it on there. There's like a thing. Let's put like one word or one phrase to go along with each of these. So trust versus mistrust.
Trusting.
Yes.
Oh,
But for what?
Some babies.
When we don't even know the age per se. I mean, yes, the age is important, but like a phrase to like, oh, this is the conflict. This is what is going right.
Stranger dates, like not.
That's the issue. Like,
Wait, what do you mean by
very diligent
Eric
development.
Erickson's a
Like,
personality.
what is
So social development.
parenting? Parenting, being there, responsive parenting.
Oh.
Not responsible, responsive. As in, they respond when the baby cries.
Like
You
it's
go.
hungry.
Yes. Yes. What about the next stage?
Autonomy versus.
So that's if they can't do stuff themselves.
Yeah, so
No, they want to make choices.
Yeah.
So, yes, they want to. They're saying no a lot because they want to make choices. So you can say choices or make choices.
You want chicken and
Or,
eggs or burgers.
yes. Otherwise, they feel shame and doubt that they can't make good choices.
Well, because there
Yes.
was a thing that I thought of, like his mom said yes for kids for a solid week, and like they had high sugar breakfast several times. But she said like overall she saw like improvement in
Right.
the house like confidence.
If you like, they can't. You know, like they can't make good choices or bad choices if you don't give them any choices. And given the option, there more people make good choices. Maybe not in short, like runs with ice cream or breakfast, but yeah. What was the second? What was the third stage? And what do they want to do?
I didn't know this was.
She's literally reading it from the paper.
I'm reading it all.
I thought you really tried to play this.
No, y'all said y'all didn't know any of them.
I didn't.
Well, y'all said y'all didn't know any of them.
Doing things yourself.
This is doing things yourself. So this is initiative versus guilt, doing things for themselves. Right, Cherry?
Guilt of what? Not doing anything?
Yes, choices and now doing things on my own.
Like when you talk about your son.
Yes.
Yeah, when you talk about your son. We'll leave it at that.
Okay.
I know what it was.
Yeah, I rarely ever talk about it. What is the next one? What are we on?
Industry versus superiority.
Industry versus inferiority. This is the industry of like school and self-esteem and finding self-esteem in like being good at something.
That's not.
Like finding what you are good at. Otherwise, you're going to have an inferiority complex. You're going to think that you are, you know, not as good, not as smart, not as whatever. And then there's the stage that you guys are in. Identity versus role confusion. Who are you? Who am I?
Stephen O'Brien.
All right.
Gotcha.
Whoever it is. Okay. And then your next stage, intimacy versus role confusion. Nope, just
Love.
kidding. Into isolation.
Love.
And so this is all about love.
Relationship.
Yes, finding intimacy, literally. Hey, when you talk about intimacy, I'm talking about equity. Do you remember what equity was?
Yes, it's when you give both.
Yes, and it's not like, because we all have a friendship where you might give more to that friendship than they give to you. You're the ones texting them, you're the one, and then they just like respond, maybe. Maybe. Right, maybe.
So that's when I choose when you don't give the same amount of.
Yes, and so, so that's what we're looking for in an intimate relationship, is equity. Okay, so now you found a partner, now you've got babies, what's next? Let's focus on those babies, let's focus on the next generation. To give something,
Well,
Yeah.
I thought you said doing studies like, doing like working
Yeah.
for the world, like just doing stuff all the time.
yes, it's not about you anymore, it's about the next generation, the world, the people that
I thought it
are
was like
next.
working
So
for
that's a
like
little dumb.
mowing the lawn because you're bored and you want to.
No, you don't, no, that is not, I don't think growth and development is mowing the lawn because you're bored. I think a child, I don't feel like mowing the lawn, while an adult is, I have to get it done for the betterment of everybody else. And in the last stage, you're looking back at the rest of your life with either integrity or despair, and reflection is a great word. Reflection on your life.
Reflection.
Somebody very cool.
Like being.
Yeah.
Some people die really stuff for like that.
That's true. Okay, John Piaget, find his little space. Where is John Piaget? On the bottom of there. The bottom of there?
Oh, it's right underneath that. Right underneath there.
Okay.
4 stages of cognitive
Yes. So
development.
this is how our thinking changes. Steven, stop with the ball.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is the 4 stages and how our thinking develops. So we need to focus on what we lack and what we have. So in the first stage, what's the first stage?
Sensory motor.
What do we have?
Just like. We respond to
Stranger
such
danger. You got stranger danger. That is what we have. Stranger danger. Stranger anxiety. But what do they lack? They lack object permanence. What is that called? Oh, they lack after I got it until your ends. But yes, object permanence. There's also, oh gosh,
What's the other thing called?
What's the thing where you have
Conservation.
yeah, but that's going to be like the next
Yeah.
5 quarters, 5 quarters.
Right, the next.
Oh, what is that? That's law of conservation.
What?
Feminization.
That is when we talk about sensation, we talk about like, as an infant, you don't see in 3D, which is why like babies, like we roll off the visual cliff. But when they are of crawling age, then they do see
They
3D
see
and they'll
2D.
stop.
What is
Well, they can process 3D. We don't really,
Sorry.
what?
How would I know that?
They made they made a visual cliff, so like,
Like you're on a glass.
yes, it's a glass table, but like, it's solid, like it has a pattern, and then it drops off and the pattern continues, but then glass continues. But it looks to a baby clear and like the end. Like, and at rolling stage where they're rolling and they're not crawling just yet, they would have rolled off what would have been a bed, a table, whatever,
So
because
that's-
they didn't stop at what looks like a cliff.
That's why
But
I feel
at-
like the babies, they just kind of like.
Right. Right, but at crawling age, they get right there at the edge of what looks like the end, and they stop.
Probably
We're
true.
babies.
Well, we don't really know what they see, but I know they're not seeing that, but that's perception the way that we are.
Just put a camera on their head, then we can see.
Yes,
How do babies breathe underwater when they're
That's how you like.
they
blow in their
don't
face.
breathe underwater.
You blow in their face and
They're
they
not little, like, tadpole, like tadpoles,
It's
like.
so bad for healthiest.
Yeah, you like.
See, but they naturally hold their breath. They're not like. No, so everybody's listening to it, they're all like, what did she do? Okay, so sensory motor, and then, yeah. But don't worry, no, people typically like, it's like average runtime or average watch time of the videos, it's like an hour and 20 minutes, and then it's like average watch time 17 minutes. I'm like,
It doesn't matter.
okay, schema. Oh, yeah. Before we
Oh, that was the ideas, right? Like the concept.
That's, we mean, yes, a concept.
Yeah. So
A new concept.
PHA not willing to become. Let's finish. Hold on. Let's finish the sensory motor, pre-operational, concrete, and formal.
Okay.
So after they leave the sensory motor, they enter the pre-operational. What they lack is now they lack the idea of conservation, and that was the quarters or the water. They lack theory of mind, and
Like you can't see. They
They-
have things from other people.
okay, so like egocentric is I can't see it from your perspective. Theory of mind is I don't understand that you have different emotional states than I do.
I'm
It's
having a
similar.
good day, so I can.
Yes. Yes.
That's why they're always like, be excited, like it's such a good day. And I'm like, I'm excited.
Yeah, right. They can like, why are you upset? So I'm not
Yeah.
upset. So like theory of mind is just with emotions, while egocentric is like points of view for other things. Like I can see the TV just fine. I don't know why you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then, but now they have they don't have stranger danger anymore, and then they don't have, like they have object permanence. They know that objects remain there even if they can't. Okay, so concrete operational. Or they get this,
Logical.
not yet. This
Yeah.
is logical
What is
thinking.
that?
Logical thinking,
Like relationships with something.
yes. And they also are now, they're not egocentric. They have a theory of mind. They understand conservation. So all the things that they lacked in pre-operational, in concrete, they get. They get theory of mind. They get like your perspective. They understand that you might have a bad day if you sad. They understand that, you know, like even last night, my husband and my son made a bet against each other, and my son won. And so he tried the whole like $2 versus one $5 thing. And in the past, he would grab $2 every single time. But he goes, because of conservation.
Because it's like it's
Two is more than, it's a $5 bill, and so one $5 bill is less, because it's only one, than two $1 bills. And so up until like yesterday, he would have grabbed $2 every single time, or like, but last night, he's like, which one would you rather take? And it was across the room, and he goes, come here. Let me see that a little bit better. And then he looked at it, he's like, I'll take the 5.
Oh.
And we're like, oh my gosh, you just entered concrete. Okay.
He's like, what?
Right. And then last but not least is where you guys are at. Abstract thought with formal operational.
Yes.
Yay, and moral development is the beginning here. So that's moral. Yes, yes. And speaking of moral development, Colbert. Okay, so you remember Colbert?
Yeah.
Are you conventional, post-conventional?
Yeah, so that was the.
That's Raleigh.
Yeah.
Okay. I am pre-conventional. What do I make my choices based off of? Rewards. Or I don't want to get punished.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm either I want a reward or I don't want to get punished. It's pre-conventional. What about conventional?
Like rules of me.
The rules are made to follow. You follow the rules. You don't really question the rules, because they're rules. You gotta follow them.
Oh, it is.
Rules are made to be
Like a
broken.
higher, like.
Post-conventional is higher morality. Yeah. They're
What do you think most people have?
probably conventional or pre-conventional.
Yeah.
There's not too many people at the post-conventional stage. But keep in mind, okay, Kohlberg has a lot of, what's it called? He gets a lot of crap thrown at him because his study was not great. He did one study one time to figure out these like pre-conventional, conventional, post-conventional stages, and he only talked to like teenage boys.
Oh, wow.
So, teenage American boys. And so he's basically the entire level of right, based on what Stephen thinks is right or wrong. Now think about how flawed of a system that is.
Even if you had to commit genocide.
Right.
Right.
What do you say?
I said, is it okay to commit genocide? And he said no. You disagree with that, Michelle?
He's like,
Teenage boys.
now why? Yeah, why?
Because it's against the law or because why?
Give you a real question?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, make it real.
Kill one person or 5 people.
No, that's too much.
It's impossible.
Girl is pregnant. Girl's pregnant, and she is 8 months pregnant, but the baby is killing her. And she continues to have the baby inside of her. It will kill her, and therefore it will die. Should she have an abortion?
Wait, the baby and the woman without her?
Yeah, she keeps it. Like the baby will probably kill her.
Does this happen?
Probably kill her,
Does
which
this
means
happen
the
in
baby
real
will
life?
probably die, and or she can have an abortion, which she will live, but the baby will definitely
Is
die.
there a chance that her and the baby both live?
It's very small chance. It's like 10 to 1.
I'm about to pretty much trade books.
No, the lungs are not developed quite, and
Don't
that age.
Okay, fine, we'll discuss the teenage boy.
How do you put it?
Okay, Stephen, like, I'm not asking you to really, I'm just making an impossible question. But I don't really care, and I don't feel like you need to, and that's personal. That's your
I
own
feel like
life.
it's a different opinion for anybody no matter the age.
Well, that's the whole point of ideas of morality, is that there are.
You know my answer.
Yeah, I know what you're
teenage
saying.
boys.
Okay, it's a no.
Huh?
Your answer's no.
Yeah, they don't get you.
Yeah, I know. Okay, anyone that has to think about that much, that's typically a no. Otherwise, it's all like, right? Okay. Sorry. That's really funny. Okay, so, do you remember Mary Ainsworth? No monkeys.
Who's on with the monkey?
Strange situation. I think of a doctor's office waiting room.
Wait, I got this.
Oh, when it's speaking a dog. Yes, and it's all like, the baby, and then no. I don't know what you're thinking.
And see if
You know, like, but they're all in the doctor's office. No, exactly.
You know what you're talking about? Where they like leave the baby and then there's like.
Leave the baby, and then the mom comes back, and the reunion between the baby
Yeah.
and the mom.
Whether
And
it's good or
secure
bad.
versus insecure attachment. Okay? I don't know where that is. Where is that?
It's learned sensory.
Mary Ainsworth. And so think of this as the leaving the baby, and how does the baby react when the mom comes back? And it shows you 3 different types of attachments. Secure attachments, which like 60% of people have secure attachments. So the majority of people. And then the other 2 are bad attachments. Avoidant where obviously they avoid the mom, they don't want her presence, or anxious, like they can't calm down, they can't be comforted, they keep crying. Okay, what?
That's the one where
That would be really horrible.
that was the one
Because
where,
like this is something that you can honestly do when you're a parent, just to see.
That's, no.
And then you do it and you're all like, yeah, but just keep in mind the majority of people are securely attached. And where, someone asked me something earlier. Is it Mary Ainsworth?
oh, Harry Harlow was on the
Harry Harlow, that's the monkeys, okay? And this is all about comfort, creature comfort. Okay, so this was the wire mother and the cloth mother.
And they went to the call.
They went to the
And then
cloth
they went
mother.
right back.
Yes,
They just went to the,
yes. But if there's any phrase you need to remember for why Harry Harlow's monkeys picked the cloth one, does it say creature comfort? Contact comfort? Okay, I want you to off to the side of like the where is it? It's Harry Harlow. Okay, I want you to know that the monkeys, when they were scared, they ran to the cloth mother because they saw the cloth mother as a secure base, as like a base for comfort. So I've seen like the term secure base. I've seen creature comfort or comfort base, something like that. Of like that's they go back there to like calm down, and then they're more likely to like. Okay, something scared me, and it's like, oh, I need a hug. But then, like, if it's still there, then it's like, well, I've got the comfort that I needed. Let me go back and like be curious and like explore what was actually scaring me. Okay, and that happens for babies too. Okay, Diana Bowermine, she had those 3 different types of parenting styles: authoritarian, permissive, and authoritative. Which one's the dictator?
Authoritarian.
Which one is like no rules? Permissive. Okay, keep in mind, it's not necessarily no rules. Maybe they have rules, they're just not enforced. Where it's all like, oh, you have a curfew, but then you come in late, it's like, oh, you silly, don't do that again. But then you do it again, and it's like, oh, I remember what it's like to be young. Things like that. Yeah. And then there's the mix.
I mean, like, nice, but like, you're gonna not be a very good person.
No, you can't respect someone
Yeah.
that doesn't.
Social
you
media are like that.
Right. They are pushovers.
Uh-huh.
You can't respect a pushover. Right, and you also can't respect someone that can't communicate. So the authoritarian, the dictator, it's hard to respect that. I mean, there might be fear,
Yeah.
but it's not respect. It's like, well, you have to do it because I said so. Well, that's not, this is not communicating. Yes, and that is what makes authoritative better, is because they praise and they punish, and but there's communication. There's communication. I wouldn't spend too much time worrying about Freud's psychosexual stages. They're there on number 8, oral, anal, phallic, genital. But honestly, if it's going to be a development question, it's going to be Piaget with the 4 stages, or it's going to be Erickson at the 8.
for DBQs, or is it going to be all of that? Is that, you're talking about DBQs, or is it going to be all of this one choice?
Okay, first off, FRQ. And here's the thing. The entire AP test is like scrambled. It's not like the FRQ is going to be over one topic. The FRQs that we've done in class have been over one topic. It's like today was all the brain and sensation perception. The day before was like, oh, whatever. But typically they will grab bullet points from everything.
So it's like, gives you a situation, and then it's like something about the brain, and then it's something about development. and
Yes.
something about the problem.
Yes. And yeah,
Do you write like one paragraph for all of them?
I would write like 2 or 3 sentences for each bullet point.
Oh.
Yeah. Define, apply, synonym. Define, apply, synonym. And don't do this. I saw some of y'all, I know that we've been just like practicing the past couple days, but I've seen and then they minute.
You forgot
Define,
They don't
apply,
know that.
synonym. Don't do that.
Yeah.
You just write the sentence
In like the order.
and write a complete sentence. Don't, it is the part of the brain. What is part of the brain? I don't know what bullet point you're doing. So you need to be like, the occipital lobe is a part of the brain. Don't, yeah. Yeah, with yes. Okay, so here, let's talk about prenatal development real quick. Which is, I think it starts with prenatal development. Yeah. Zygote embryo fetus, which is death. So some people always mix up, some people mix up embryo and zygote sometimes. Just keep in mind, ECF, you can't, that's not a word. But Zeph can easily be a word because there's a vowel in the middle. That looks more word-like.
I'll
Right?
remember that now.
Yeah. Zygote embryo fetus. Zeph. Which stage of prenatal development are you in? Zeph. Okay. All of them. Teratogens or teratogens, the monster makers, things that you should avoid, obviously. The number one cause of the number one cause of mental retardation is why people don't avoid what? Alcohol. Fetal alcohol syndrome. Okay? FAS. Fetal alcohol syndrome.
How much is enough? Is okay?
No drinks are okay. Well, you're a man. You can drink as much as you want. Go you. Yeah.
Goes home.
I'm not pregnant, so this is okay. Fetal alcohol syndrome, yes, number one cause of birth defects. Know some baby reflexes, the grasping reflex, the Moro reflex, Babinski. Okay, what's the rooting? Oh, that's what. That's this. Moro is the. Whoa. And then Babinski is the foot-toe fan. So foot-toe fan, Babinski. Moro is unfolding. And so, like,
Tomorrow is
rooting, yeah, a rooting is the mouth. And then the grasping, you grasp. Plus, they swim. They naturally hold their breath. Or like, oh, Stephen left. You just got him left. You thought maybe he said bye.
He said bye.
Oh, I don't know everything.
What?
No, I don't heard.
Your code memory is
My code memory? That's true. That is true. My code memory is back. What's the other sensory memory? I was like, hey,
You know when you hear stuff, but then you think you don't hear it, but you hear it? That's the memory. And you're like,
I don't know. Okay. At 3 months, babies can reach for an object. 7 months. The only thing you really need to know is that babies will start walking at the age of 1-ish. 1-ish, they are walking. And you don't learn how to walk. You are born learning how to walk. You just don't have the muscle strength and coordination to do it yet. So, and identical twins will typically walk the very first steps on the same day.
oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
No, I've seen stuff like that where it's like they took their first step on the same day, they did this first thing on the same day.
Right.
But
So
they
that's-
didn't separate it.
Yes, and that kind of shows that like development is mostly nurture and genetics, and like when you develop, like how tall you get, when you start puberty, when you have facial hair, all those things is like it's developed, it's genetic. I mean, there are some things like maybe don't drink coffee if you're still a growing boy.
why?
Stunt your growth.
Don't drink coffee.
Oh, wait, stunt your growth? Like height-wise or like?
Come on, man.
Height wise. Well, I mean, if you have a lot of milk and sugar, then it's also fattening as well. But
So
yeah.
that counteracts it.
What?
Counteracting, yeah.
Growing out and
Growing out and growing, those are, I got a date? No, I don't.
I'll put it in coffee.
Okay, and this is more about Eric Erickson.
I'll do it every day, 3 years.
Okay, do you want to do some multiple choice questions, then we're gonna leave? Okay. What is the response pattern of securely attached children in a strange situation when their mothers return? A, they tend to ignore their mothers because they are secure about their care. B, sometimes they run up to their mothers and sometimes they do not. There's no consistent pattern in their responses. C, they tend to run up to their mothers and beg them not to leave again. D, they tend to go to their mothers for comfort. D. They're not A. They all acknowledge. Okay, what? Okay, that's the like ambivalent. Yeah, that's not a good thing. Some people said, I remember signing an essay one time, and they're all like, you're so secure, and you don't even need your parents. You're just fine without them. And I'm like, no, you have comfort with them, so you can be fine when like you walk away. but you still need them as a comfort like base. In the nature versus nurture controversy, nature refers to what?
Environment.
The environment, yes. Plants and animals. No, the environment. Object permanence is the belief that all objects have life, just like humans do. The understanding that a tall beaker and short beaker can hold the same amount of water. A belief that all objects of the world, including mountains and streams, are man-made. Or C, the understanding that things continue to exist even when they're out of
Is
sight.
these AP questions or these your questions?
No, it's not a, like, but they are like similar.
They're like that.
It'll just add.
They can be. They can be. Here's the thing. A lot of answer choices, if it's asking in term, this one is asking in term. If they're asking in term, it will be like directly the term, the definition. And then there'll be some other things that are so off. Like phobia is a type of neurotransmitter. No, not even close. And so, you know, they say it's really easy to get a 3 on the APS. It's one of the easiest to pass. It's just hard to get a 5. Like, please do. Yeah, it's just the passing is that is,
It's just like common sense.
well, sometimes they'll narrow it down to just like, you know, there are so many terms that are so similar, like belief bias and belief perseverance. Convergence and retinal disparity. Like those both binocular cues, so like getting that down is like, okay, it's sight, it's, but then it's like knowing the difference between the two, that can be the 4 and the 5. Plus the effort. Okay. Yeah, sometimes the effort cue, they just throw things out of left field, you know, like that. Yes, and the effort cue is only, it's not that big of a chunk.
Oh, I
There's
love
2. There's
Wait,
2.
you have like 50
Why can't A question be like that?
Like it.
Sorry.
It makes you go
Wait,
to like
wait,
2 and like she only gives like 20 minutes. And they're super long.
Yeah. Well, you get 50 minutes for 2 here. Dorothy just celebrated her 90th birthday with her close friends and excited about a visit from her grandchildren. According to Erickson, she probably has recently achieved integrity, because it's integrity versus despair. So it's like, that's a, do you know, I mean, I guess if you know the word integrity is, it's like, that sounds awful, that sounds awful, but it's autonomy. Autonomy is like doing things on your own. I don't know, she's an old woman, she's supposed to now let's do a short one. Harlow's experiment with rhesus monkeys and surrogate mothers emphasize the importance of... Yay. According to Diane Bowden, which of the following parenting styles result in the most socially competent and responsible adults?
Authoritative.
B, authoritative. Don't like confuse these two because they look similar. What are we reading? Alcohol. Okay. Oh yeah, why? Who was I seeing on TV? Someone I saw on TV. Has a short flat nose. No, it was like, I remember, because she was like a reality show. Yeah. And she's all like, her eyes were like way over here. And she was like, and you were like, she's like, what that is. I have, and she said, I grew up with a hard life. And I'm like, yeah. I know why. I know why. Adam's alcohol for 200. Okay. Oh, we didn't talk about this. Schema, assimilation, and accommodation. Let's just do it. Okay. An idea, a concept you have about the world. Assimilation is when you spread that concept to anything that it could like apply for. So you like apply a concept. Do you remember?
Fuzzy things are dogs.
Yes, and then it's like all fuzzy things are dogs. And then accommodation is realizing either the concept that you have was too broad and generic.
Like a bear.
Right, or the concept was completely wrong.
Like be a bear.
I
I was like funny around it and all.
yours.
But it was all like bear.
It could be.
Hey, and now you're
Okay, any questions about development or about biological basic behavior and brain and all that good stuff?
So what is the mental rule be?
What? Oh, sorry. Which of the following is the correct term for a mental rule Piaget used to interpret our environment? Is the schema. The schema is like the rule, the concept, and then we apply it, and then we change it if we need to. And we still do that to this day. Like, I have an idea about, like, I was just reading something on, okay, because I don't have cats, I've never had cats. What is the cats? We talked about this.
I'll talk about cats.
I had an idea, I was like, cats. And there's lots of different types of dog breeds. I can tell you a whole bunch of dog breeds, like cats. It's just cats. And then someone was like, oh, that's a, I don't know, a Maine Coon or something.
Yeah.
And then I'm all like, oh, I guess there's different types of cat breeds. Like, I saw like brown cat, yellow cat, white cat. And then I was accommodating my my schema about like cats are just like dogs. I mean, said okay. I guess I knew something about like
I don't know.
Space.
I have no science.
the hair was the ball line.
So,
Okay. I think we're good.